Today on the Trent Out Loud podcast. I mean, we've had breaking news and leaked audio before, but this one might be the biggest. Jeffrey Epstein saying that Donald Trump was his best friend for close to 10 years just before the election. That's crazy. Diddy's freak-off NDA contracts have leaked, and we got them for you. Both Akademiks and 50 Cent are talking about Jay-Z. The DeMar DeRozan and Drake beef kicked off on the weekend. I got proof why DeMar was wrong. What up? It's Trent Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. All right, it's Monday morning, not my favorite day of the week. I'm sure it's not yours either, but I have a great show set up for you guys to help you get through your day, all right? I got 4 lead stories. We're going to kick it off by talking about Jay-Z maybe being protected by the higher-ups. I also have Diddy's Party NDA contract that has leaked. And we also have the breakdown of DeMar DeRozan and Drake's little beef that happened in Toronto over the weekend. We also have quick news. We're going to talk Young Thug, Tory Lanez, Lil Wayne, and Tyler Perry. We're going to close out the show as we always do with sports news and question of the day. And we also have a little bit of an addition. We received our 100,000 subscriber plaque from YouTube. So I did a little unveil video over the weekend. I'm going to play that at the end of the show. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TV, your radio, or your devices up. I'm about to start this show. Let's go. Okay, we have a huge breaking story. Jeffrey Epstein tapes has leaked. We have them for you. He says, I was Donald Trump's closest friend. Huge. We're used to October surprises, November surprise. It's one day before the election and this leaks. Take a listen to this. I'll play the tapes for you guys. Jeffrey Epstein describes himself as Donald Trump's closest friend and claims intimate knowledge for his proclivity for sex. I had to Google that word. It's his addiction to sex, basically. And he also went on to say that includes him doing things with his best friend's wives. All right. You guys could read between the lines. I'm on the radio. There's things that I cannot say. So this is all the things that Jeffrey Epstein is saying in this leak. He also boasts about his closeness to Trump and now ex-wife Melania, claiming the first time Donald and Melania were intimate with each other was on his plane. Yes, that's what Jeffrey Epstein is saying. Epstein spoke at length about Donald Trump to the author Michael Wolff in August 2017, 2 years before he was found unalived in his jail cell. Wolff was researching his bombshell bestseller, Fire and Fury, at the time. The recording casts more light on Trump's longtime relationship with Epstein and will add to the great debate over the character of Donald Trump during this election season, especially his attitude and conduct towards women. This coming just days before the election. All right, so the tapes are super long. I pulled out a couple of clips. It's kind of hard to hear, but I'll give you guys more context after. But just take a listen. This is Jeffrey Epstein talking to Michael Wolff, best-selling author. Why these tapes are only coming out now, I don't know. I don't know if the Democrats had this in their back pocket all this time and just waiting to leak this over the weekend. Depending on when you hear this, this hasn't hit mainstream media. I guarantee you this will be all over the news over on Monday. You're going to hear this everywhere, but just remember where you heard it first. All right. Take a listen to the tapes.
So how do you know this?
That was supposed to straight.
Jeffrey Epstein's own voice saying that him and Donald were close for over 10 years is huge. Listen to him talk about Donald Trump's intelligence. Take a listen to this.
Just tell me about his intelligence.
With respect to real estate deals, with anything else but that, he knows nothing.
All right, now it's y'all turn to sound off below. Send me emails. What does this mean for you, especially my Americans who will be voting tomorrow or those who had early voting already? Does this change your mind about Donald Trump knowing that he was best friends with Jeffrey Epstein for the past, not for the past, but for close to 10 years? And also, too, let me know what you think about what Jeffrey Epstein thinks about his intelligence. Sound off below. That's breaking news. I heard that more things will leak. And of course, when it does, I'll get it to you. But that was our breaking news for today. Let's go over to lead stories. Akademiks says he noticed nobody posts him when he criticizes Jay-Z. However, people post him when he talks about Diddy, Kendrick, or Drake. All right, that's one headline. I'm going to play a clip for you in a second to give you more context, but I also want to just read you the second headline quickly. 50 Cent was on Hot 97, and he said this. The headline is, 50 Cent pokes fun at Jay-Z for not being outside. He says, it's hot out here. And then the article says 50 Cent throws a little shade at Jay-Z for not stepping out too much. And then the article asks, do you think Jay-Z is being a little bit low key? All right. So before I play the two clips for you, I'm just going to tell you a little bit of the rumblings of what's going on and just remind you guys. So when this whole Diddy thing broke off, everybody knows, hey, there's other celebrities and, you know, things are going on and who else is involved? Is it LeBron James? Is it Jay-Z? And every turn, I forgot Jaguar Wright going on Piers Morgan talking about Beyonce and Jay-Z, and then Jay-Z and Beyonce send cease and desist letter. Piers Morgan backtracks and takes down the video, which is something that he never does. All right. So that's been the past like 3 or 4 weeks. But over the weekend, for some weird reason, I don't know why, both Akademiks and 50 Cent are talking about Jay-Z. What I think, I don't know for sure, is that I think they know something because these celebs know like the back end. I think that there might be something coming up with Jay-Z maybe this week. And maybe that's how it kind of always starts. The celebs kind of will go on interviews, will give you little hints about it, and then you'll start seeing coming up. I'm not saying that Jay-Z is going to get arrested or Beyonce is going to arrested or an indictment. I just feel like they know something we don't know, and we might see something about Jay-Z coming up this weekend. All right. I'll play the clip of Akademiks. Take a listen.
Anytime I speak about Diddy, I see so many pages posted. When I speak about Drake, Kendrick, so many people posted. When I speak about Jay-Z, it's radio silent. I could say the wildest thing about Jay-Z right now, not one person will post it.
All right, so obviously I can't play the whole thing, but Akademiks was alluding to the fact that, hey, you know, like I post things about a bunch of people. That's what he does. He has a show just like mine. He's a streamer, but like nobody reposts it. Nobody talks about it. And then he goes on to say that because Jay-Z's so powerful with Roc Nation, that he's put a lot of people in places, gatekeepers, that they're not going to go against their homie or against their ally, right? Obviously, he's not one of those people. So we'll see. But more importantly, you know, I'm going to play the 50 Cent clip. You know, 50 Cent is fully wrapped up in this whole Diddy thing. He has the documentary that's going to be coming out with Netflix, and they say that will be the best of the best documentary. We all know that 50 Cent pretty much hates Diddy, and he's not a big fan of Jay-Z either. So listen to this quiet whisper that 50 Cent put out about Jay-Z on Hot 97, a huge platform. This is one of, it's not as big as Power, but you know, it's the second biggest hip hop radio show in New York, and I think they're syndicated a couple other markets. But take a listen to this.
When's Jay's coming to Summer Jam?
When's Jay-Z coming back anywhere? We waiting for him to come a lot of places. I want him to come on the show.
No brunch, no lunch, no dinner.
No brunch, no lunch, no dinner. He's alluding to the fact that Jay-Z and Beyonce, they didn't have their Roc Nation brunch for ahead of the Grammy Awards, and that is normally like the most coveted place to get invited to. Why hasn't Jay-Z stepped out for that? And he hasn't been to a lot of things that normally Jay-Z has come to. So just want to, you know, I was trying to be the first on things. So don't be surprised if you see something coming down the pipeline with Jay-Z or maybe even Jay-Z and Beyonce coming out this week. All right, in our second lead story, Diddy's Party NDA revealed. All right, another huge breaking story. Documents obtained by TMZ reveal the details of Diddy's non-disclosure agreement that his guests had to sign. The NDA tells signees not to autograph, film, record, or have any person photograph, film, or record Diddy or anybody within his orbit within signing this contract. It specifically names social media sites where attendees cannot post photos of Diddy. All right, I'll drill down and read a little bit more to you. Some of the clauses read as follows. Strict NDA requirements. Attendees at Diddy's parties must sign a non-disclosure agreement that prohibits them from sharing any information about Diddy, his family, friends, business associates, or current or former partners. The NDA specifically bans attendees from taking photos, filming, recording, or anything else throughout the event unless you have Diddy's written consent. And this is a long-standing NDA. The NDA lasts for either the lifetime of Diddy plus 20 years or a total of 70 years, whichever is longer. This is an unusual length term for an NDA. And lastly, restrictions on publications. Attendees are not allowed to give interviews, write books, or release information about Diddy, about his parties without written consent. So what does all of this mean? It means that anybody who attended any of these freak-offs, anybody who did anything, cannot say anything about Diddy. So we have all been waiting to hear what celebrities, who was there, who was at Diddy's parties, what's going on. And this might be one of the reasons is that Diddy has all these people locked up. Now, here is the back door. No Diddy, sorry. The back door is that NDAs don't apply in criminal court. So they apply in civil, yes, but they don't apply in criminal, meaning that if the feds come and interview and want you to take the stand, Diddy cannot enact the NDA. That's why Cassie signed an NDA, but she could testify in court. Feds don't play around. When it comes to crimes, you cannot keep an NDA as a reason why you're not talking. So that's May the 5th, when this case gets underway. So many things are going to be revealed unless something happens before, like look at what happened to Jeffrey Epstein. That case never saw the light of day, and we all know why, right? So anyways, remains to be seen, but we definitely hear, and this is proof why we're definitely not going to hear a lot of people talking about Diddy, even the people that want to, because they're all wrapped up in NDAs. To be fair, in closing, a lot of celebs and a lot of artists have people do this when they come over to their house, by the way, because it protects them, it protects their privacy. So yes, it does look bad. It is very common. It just looks bad because Diddy has these freak-offs and he's going crazy. So it just looks bad, but it is normal. I have signed a couple of them myself, going to some industry parties and celebrity houses. That's just a normal thing. So keep you guys up to date and see what happens with this. But May the 5th, we're going to find out a lot of information about these celebs and these freak-off parties. All right, in our third lead story, so he's getting canceled because of this. All right, this clip that I'm about to play for you has been making its round online about Diddy, in his own words, on why he's being targeted. And it's really kind of changing some people's perception of Diddy. I'm going to play it for you guys. Take a listen. We'll talk about it on the other side.
Usually your entryway is to help them with their diversity problem. And so that's what I did with Ciroc. But I told him I don't work for nobody. Everything in my portfolio I own. My ultimate dream is a tequila. And I couldn't get that. And so when I saw that, I was like, nah, I'm going to fight because it's bigger than me.
So 50 Cent actually, ironically, was one of the first ones to leak this out. Well, I shouldn't say leak it out, but talk about this when he was saying, hey, Diddy made a mistake going after these big liquor companies, like going after and suing Seagram's and Diageo. Sorry, not Seagram's, but Diageo over Ciroc and his tequila Darion. Just to give you guys context, of course, Diddy made a lot of money for Diageo, and he said, listen, I made you guys a lot of money. I want my own tequila. He started DeLeon Tequila, and apparently, according to Diddy, he doesn't feel he got the support as other white owners that owned other white tequilas with Diageo. So he sued Diageo, and the case never got to a close because he got arrested, but he was actually winning. I think he won a couple of preliminary things that they didn't want to allow that they let him allow in. So people are saying because Diageo thought they were going to lose, that's why they sicked the feds on him. Now, listen. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago. I'm going to say the same thing now. I'm not saying that going after these big corporations doesn't, it's not easy and they don't have big strings that they could pull, right? You hear about them saying like, oh, Bill Cosby wanted to buy NBC. That's why they went after him. Michael Jackson, that's why they went after him to unalive him because he owned Sony Publishing. He was becoming too popular. I'm not saying that these big corporations can, do things to hinder your success. But what I'm saying is that if you have all of these things in your closet so easily for them to expose, then you can't really blame Diageo. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just the optics of war, right? You know what I mean? Like, you want to go after me, I want to go after you. Who has more skeletons in their closet? Like, that's still Diddy's fault. You can't sit down here and be like, oh man, it's, you know, this is Diageo going after a black man because, you know, he wants to own his own tequila. No, you go to court, you try to sue somebody. One side is going to try to win. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't, this is not, what's the expression? It's all fair in love and war. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying, yes, that's why he got targeted, but it's all fair in love and war. You want to sue somebody, you got to make sure what skeletons you have in your closet for them to expose and win. So as always, you guys sound off below. Do you think this is why Diddy got targeted? And does this excuse it? My answer is no. You know what I mean? Like, you did the crimes and this is what's going to happen. So let me know what you think. Send me emails, trenoutloud at cfqr600.com. All right, in our fourth lead story, Drake spotted whispering at DeMar DeRozan as he walks by, "Get the F out of here, P-word boy." Okay, Drake and DeMar, this is everything that people were talking about this all weekend. Drake and DeMar, beef, beef, beef. Let me break it down and explain to you why Drake is so mad at DeMar. And I respect y'all opinions and comments below, but I actually think that Drake has a reason. As much as I love DeMar, I interviewed him like a month ago. Super good guy. Love that he gave me an interview. However, I was not allowed to ask him about Drake and Kendrick beef. His publicist told me I'm not allowed, which is totally normal. He's promoting his book and, you know, he doesn't want to get distracted. So totally fine. I get it. But I would have really loved to talk to him about this. But let me break it down for you. I'll play a couple of clips over the weekend, and then I'll play for you a clip that DeMar, something that he said on Club Shay Shay, why I think DeMar is a little bit in the wrong. All right. All right. So let me just play for you first what Drake said about when the commentator was like, yo, he's talking about Vince Carter. Sorry, let me give you more context. Everybody was in Toronto for Vince Carter's jersey retirement, the first Toronto Raptor to ever have their jersey up in the Raptors. Then they were talking to Drake, and then Drake said this about potentially one day putting a DeMar DeRozan Raptors jersey in the Raptors. Take a listen.
If you ever put a DeRozan banner up, I'll go up there and pull it down myself.
He didn't mean a DeRozan banner, meant a DeRozan jersey. All right. So then after the game, they asked DeMar about it, and this is what DeMar said.
He's going to have a long way to climb to take it down, so tell him good luck.
That's DeMar. He's not taking shots, but he's like, yeah, whatever, tell him good luck, you know? So let me explain to you guys. Of course, you know the front part of it where DeMar was in Kendrick Lamar's video, Not Like Us, you know, between Drake and Kendrick beef. And I guess Drake is still upset that DeMar was in that video. Now, a lot of people are on DeMar DeRozan's side because DeMar is from Compton. So is Kendrick. And he's been friends with Kendrick a long time. So people are like, yo, this is they're homies, and he's going to pick a home side. Like, I am Canadian from Montreal. I would pick Drake's side. Totally understandable. But here's the thing. Drake was there for DeMar during a hard time. And DeMar, 2 years ago, before this beef went down, said how much of a great friend Drake was, how much he rode for him, called him, and was there for him during one of the most difficult times in his life. And that is why I think DeMar maybe should have stayed out the beef and been like, yo, these are my two friends beefing. For sure, I'm a Compton native. This is my home. But Toronto was my second home. And even during our interview, I'll maybe try to pull the clip where he said that he wants to like retire in Toronto. So, you know, that's Toronto's kind of like his second home almost, right? So
that's another thing that I really loved about your book is that I didn't know that your goal in life was to be on one team, like how Kobe was on one team. And this team in Canada picking you up and you saying, this is where I want to be for the rest of my career. But that shows like the character of who you are. So
I just think DeMar would have been better off to being like, yo, keep me out of this. I wish I could have asked him this during our interview, but like I said, they wouldn't let me ask him. So Anyways, take a listen to DeMar on Club Shay Shay. Take a listen.
You went to Drake after you were traded. What did you guys talk about?
I think more than anything, just him being there for me as a friend. No matter what, when it come to him, he'll forever have friend in me, loyalty out of me because, he cared.
Yeah, he was there for you.
He was there for me when everything was just going crazy.
Right.
Yo, if two of my good friends are beefing, I'm gonna be like, listen, y'all do what you do. I'm just staying on the sidelines. But maybe one day they'll actually let me ask DeMar and we can find out the answer. All right, this brings us to quick news. Ring my bell. Young Thug posted on Twitter and said, let's drop one of these rats, Peter. Now, a lot of people are online talking about this, saying, yo, this man just got out and he's already on Twitter talking about going after the people who ratted on him. I don't know what this tweet means. It's a little bit vague, but it's hilarious that he's on 15 years probation. He cannot talk about anything about his past life. He can't hang out with the people that, he was incarcerated with and all of that stuff. And people are like, what is Thug going to rap about? I mean, this guy's name is Young Thug. Like, what's he going to rap about? What's he going to do? People are like, he's going to be all right. His first tweet is, yo, let's go after these rats. So let's see. We all saw top 5 in Canada when he got let out. He was right back to his old ways. Let's see if Young Thug could stay out of jail, and let's see if he gets through his 15-year probation. But it's already not looking good for Thug. All right, in our second quick story, new footage shows Tory Lanez did not rush Rolling Loud stage with Megan Thee Stallion. All right, people still are talking about Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion, and there is leaked footage. I'm not going to play it for you guys because there's not much audio, but just to give you context, so Megan had a restraining order against Tory, and part of the court case was, hey, he broke that restraining order. There is leaked footage now that proves that he actually didn't break that restraining order, and he actually was only on stage at Rolling Loud 50 minutes after she left. Again, we all found this out because of Megan's Amazon documentary that she put out herself. So this is the second thing that's incriminating herself, which I don't know why she would put this out. We talked about this last podcast, I think it was on Friday, when she was like, yeah, I lied to Gayle King. Why would you admit to lying to Gayle King? So I feel like her lawyers might use this against her too, but we do have footage, and now we have proof that Tory Lanez did not break his restraining order. He did not come within, I think it's 100 meters or 50 meters of Megan Thee Stallion, and he only came on stage 50 minutes after. I cannot wait for 2025. We have Diddy's trial, and we have Tory Lanez's appeal trial that's going to be happening in the beginning of 2025. My prediction is Tory Lanez is going to get out, and it's going to be because of Megan Thee Stallion and this horrible documentary that she put out. I'm not saying the documentary is horrible, but she made horrible mistakes with the things that she put in here. I heard the documentary is good, but these two things was a mistake, Megan. All right, our third quick story. Vice President Kamala Harris makes guest appearance on Saturday Night Live alongside Maya Rudolph. Vice President Kamala Harris made a special guest appearance on Saturday Night Live. Harris took jabs at her opponent, Donald Trump, during the skit, and she said, you could do things your opponent cannot do. You can actually open doors. It was really funny. She's taking digs. I don't know if you guys have seen this. I don't know why I didn't play it last week, but when Donald Trump was in the garbage truck and he tried to open the door, like he was having such a hard time, it was super funny. Google it. But anyway, she poked fun at him. I thought it was fun of her going on SNL. Y'all know we're a purple podcast. I'm not for Donald Trump or for Kamala Harris. I'm independent, but y'all sound off below. Do you like that? Over the weekend, I feel like Kamala was on Saturday Night Live. Cardi B spoke about her. Glorilla performed. Alicia Keys did a speech in Pennsylvania. So I feel like this whole weekend was a lot of celebrity push this last weekend. Let me know what you guys think. Donald Trump supporters and Kamala Harris supporters, do you feel like this should have been the push, or do you think that she should have been talking about policies and get away from the whole celebrity thing? Sound off below. Let me know what you guys think. All right, our fourth quick story. Lil Wayne says the Super Bowl halftime show was ripped away from him. All right, I told you guys I'm so sick of talking about this Lil Wayne, Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl halftime thing. But I also did say last week that this past weekend was Little Wayne Ziana Fest. Don't know how to pronounce it. Whatever. Anyways, Wheezy Fest, all right? Wheezy Fest happened in New Orleans. There was a Hot Boy reunion, so I know everyone was going to compare this concert to Super Bowl. A lot of people were not happy. They were like, Jay-Z made the right decision. I hope now we could stop talking about it. But Lil Wayne did add more fuel to the fire on stage when he came out and was like, listen, I wish I could have been doing this and had this reunion for you guys at Super Bowl, but it was ripped away from me. So, of course, everyone's talking about it again. Here's Wheezy taking shots at pretty much Jay-Z. I don't know if he's really necessarily going at Kendrick, but we're going at Jay-Z for saying, yo, why didn't you pick me? Why'd you rip the Super Bowl away from me? Take a listen.
I want to be on stage for the Super Bowl one day in front of my mom. And then it was ripped away from me.
I won't lie, it kind of got me when he said I wanted to be on stage for Super Bowl for my mom. Like, that kind of got me a little bit. But again, y'all sound off below. And let me know if you actually even watched the concert, which live stream on Amazon. Let me know if you guys watched the concert, what you thought of it. Was this proof that Lil Wayne can't rock a Super Bowl show? There's a lot of clips online that are showing a couple of parts where he messed up. Like, you could take a concert from anybody and show parts that he messed up and be like, oh, that means that he shouldn't be on. Yo, Wheezy is a professional. I feel like he could have totally rocked the Super Bowl stage. I've said a bunch of times I disagree with Jay-Z's selection. Why would you put Kendrick just because he's hot right now? But y'all are going to say because I'm Canadian, I'm on Drake's side, and I'm a hater. And hey, you may be right. Can't blame y'all. All right, our fifth quick story. He's done it again. Tyler Perry's Beauty in Black becomes Netflix's second most watched original series in the US. Shout out to Tyler Perry, yo. Tyler Perry's Beauty in Black was the newest Netflix project and was the second most watched original stream in the US during the week for October the 25th to the 31st. The series hit 1.2 billion minutes watched in its first full week of availability, landing only behind The Lincoln Lawyers Season 3, which took first place for the second week in a row with 1.4 billion minutes watched. Listen, first of all, shout out to Lincoln Lawyer, because after reading this, I actually started watching the Lincoln Lawyer, and it's fire, so I recommend to go watch this. Now, Tyler Perry. A lot of people are, I shouldn't say a lot, but some people are on the fence about this. I talked about this with a few people on the weekend too that were like, oh, Beauty in Black, it's not good. The acting is not great. The writing is not good. Listen, first of all, shout out to Tyler Perry. This man was homeless. Now he's a billionaire. He writes, directs, produces all his own thing. Now, is it Steven Spielberg level or, Denzel Washington level acting? No, it's not. But you have to know what you're going for and what you to expect. Tyler Perry makes a certain kind of film or a certain type of TV, and you have to just accept that. Like, you go to Louis Vuitton for a certain thing, or you go to Walmart for a certain thing. They're both respected brands, Walmart and Louis Vuitton, but they just have different MOs. They have their brands are different. So I don't know why everybody's so shocked. Like, this is 100% Tyler Perry's brand. That's the type of movies that he makes. So I watched the whole thing. I enjoyed it. There is actually, you know what? I'm not going to give you guys a spoiler alert, but just go ahead and watch it. Let me know what you guys think. Or if you watched it already, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. But I think this is right on brand for Tyler Perry. It's actually a little bit younger, skewing a little bit younger. The fact that it's, has a little bit of strip club elements to it and is centered around a stripper. And, there's a little bit like of N-words in there, and it's also a little bit younger. So I like that he's playing for a little bit more of a younger audience instead of like the older Medea church girl thing. So anyways, I'm running out of time. I could talk about TV shows forever. I should have a whole other podcast about scripted series, but I digress. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, or send me an email if you have watched the series. Trend Out Loud at cfqr600.com. Comment below. All right, this brings us to question of the day. It's No-vember. What are you absolutely saying no to? You get to play on words. No-vember. I thought it was funny. All right, so what are you saying no to this month? What are you not putting up with? Dominique Chin said no to anything that doesn't make me happy or peaceful. Woo, love that. It's very hard. There's a lot of temptations out here that is not going to make us happy, but we go. So we go through it or we do them, and it's hard to say no. I felt this answer. So Yeah, I feel you. Say no to anything that doesn't make you happy or peaceful. Somebody says, I'm saying no when people ask me if I'm voting for Trump. Oh my gosh, we knew there'd be some Trump, Kamala Harris stuff. I say no to Kamala Harris. There you go. I knew it would be coming. Somebody else said, saying no to everything. All right. Okay, I'm not going to read all these Trump and Kamala Harris things. Somebody says, I'm saying no to excuses. Love that. Really good. Another person said everything. Somebody else said, it's a no-nonsense November for me, dog. All right, but what are you saying no to, dog? All right, somebody said alcohol. Sophie TD said, I'm saying no to alcohol. I love that. I'm cutting down a lot on my alcohol, so shout out to you. Somebody else said negativity. Love that. Somebody else said another alcohol, BS, negativity, DJT. I don't know what that, oh gosh, I think that's Donald Trump. Lord. Gosh, y'all, man. Maybe because of these leaked videos, people are hating on Trump these days. Somebody said, I'm not saying no to nothing. Hey, I love that. If that's what's good for you, good for you. Renee said, I'm saying no to stupidity and lies. Another Kamala, another Trump. All right, there's too much Donald Trump and Kamala Harris in here, but of course the election is one day away. So I'm going to count on you guys below to sound off. It is No-vember. Let me know what you guys are saying no to. Comment below or send me an email, trendaloud@cfqr600.com. All right, so this is normally the part of the show where we talk about sports news, but because we already talked about DeMar DeRozan and Drake, that was actually sports. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the video, my unboxing video for my 100,000 plaque that I got from YouTube on Friday. When they send you your plaque in the mail, they ask you to make a video thanking your subscribers. So I made it over the weekend, and I want to play it for you guys. Thank you, everybody. Let me know what you think of the placement of the plaque. I thought it was a good place. But thank you so much, YouTube, for the plaque. Thank you, more importantly, to all you 100,000 subscribers. Can't wait to get to 1 million, but I'll go into more detail in this video. Take a listen. What up? It's your boy Trent Out Loud, and I'm actually here not with another episode, but with a special episode for you guys. This is my 100,000 subscriber YouTube video. I don't know what to say with these things. I've never made one of these videos before, but when YouTube sends you your award, they say, hey, make sure you guys make a video and, you know, do kind of like an unboxing of the award. So this is my 100K award unveil. Before I actually open the actual box, I want to give you guys some context. Because of course there's a lot of social media apps out there that, you know, like TikTok, and you have 1 million followers, or Instagram, or people have 100,000 followers. So, just to give you guys context, having followers on Instagram and TikTok is vastly different from having subscribers on YouTube. So I just want to let you guys know, as of September 2024, there are roughly 520,000 YouTube channels that have over 100,000 subscribers. Given that there are, listen to this, 100 million YouTube channels, that's how large YouTube is. Given there's 100 million YouTube channels, that means only 0.6% of all YouTube channels reach 100,000 subscribers. So that's less than 1%. So shout out to the Trend Out Loud podcast. We are 1%ers, actually better than 1%ers, 0.6. So, thank you to all of the subscribers and everybody who has, you know, clicked on, everybody who's comment, liked, shared. It all adds up. So thank you so much. Of course, thank you, YouTube. I'm really making this like a Grammy speech, huh? No, seriously, all jokes aside, it's kind of a full circle moment because we're coming up on our 2-year anniversary. I think I uploaded my first podcast. I think it was like November, like the ending of November. So we're coming up on our 2nd year anniversary. So this is amazing. Anyways, I'll get to opening this right now. Give me a second. All right. Done. Really take this up here. Hold up. I don't want to damage the box. I actually want to keep the box. So, all right, here we go. All right. Boom. Okay, so it comes like this. There's this little thing in it here, this paper, and there's a little card. It says, congratulations on your subscriber milestone. We are honored to take part in recognizing your achievements and want your experience to be exceptional. This award is inspected and packaged by Rick. Thanks, Rick. If the award is damaged, whatever, blah, blah. All right. Shout out to Rick. Rick was my packager. An official letter from YouTube. I don't know if you guys can see that here. I'll read it. Woo! Look at this. Yo, that's actually really dope. All right, hold on. I'm going to read it to you what the letter says. It says, do you remember your first subscriber, your 100th, or even your 1000th subscriber? Chances are you do. And we definitely know you remember your 100,000th subscriber. Your fans may have found you while searching YouTube, learned about you through a friend, or maybe showed up as a recommended video. No matter how they came across your channel, your audience stayed and their numbers increased because of you and the community you have built. We're proud to honor this impressive milestone by reaching 100,000 subscribers with the Silver Creator Award. Congratulations. We know that you have many more stories to share with your community, and we know your fans can't wait for you to amaze them even more with your commitment and creativity. So keep creating, keep building. We can't wait to see what you do next, and we're here to support you along the way. And who knows, when you reach your millionth subscriber, we may just write and ask you, do you remember your 100,000th subscriber? Yours sincerely, Neil Mohan, the YouTube CEO. Wow, that's dope. A letter from, oh, my voice cracked. A letter from the CEO of YouTube. That is really, really dope. All right, here is the actual award. I'll open it up here. Boom, that's it. I've seen this on so many YouTubers' channel. If you guys can't see it here, it says, I'm sure you can see this here. Anyways, it says presented to Trent Out Loud for passing 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Boom, silver award. All right, that's it, man. Here is recognizing your team. You can order more. That's it. So, again, thank you everybody. Like the letter says, all the subscribers for tuning in. I think I'm going to put it like right here, actually. Sorry, I'm in the middle of like thanking you guys, but yeah, because y'all see when you watch on people's channel, you see it somewhere, and I'm like, where can I put mine? I think right here will be actually really dope. Boom. Kind of matches my whole studio, the black and white and silver. I think it's really dope. Anyways, thank you guys so much for subscribing, watching, listening, whether you like the show or you don't like the show, or, when you comment below your comments, it's all, I see it all. We look at it, we take it all in. And like the letter says, it all goes to the community and building up the channel. Thank you so much. We will continue to be dropping daily. And yeah, thanks a lot for that. I just wanted to also let you guys know, for like my loyal followers who've been following me a long time, you guys know this is my second award in 2 years. This was my first award, not from YouTube, but for people who have been following like me, Trent Out Loud, even before YouTube. This is my second award. I got an award in 2022, the BBPA Harry Jerome RBC Young Entrepreneur Award, Trent Out Loud, sponsored by RBC. So I got this award. For those of you, I know we have viewers from all over the world. RBC is our biggest bank here in Canada. And yes, I'm Canadian. And for this, I got this award for my my brand that I had, my store, my retail store was a national brand across Canada, and I got Young Entrepreneur of the Year award in 2022. So I got 2 awards in the past 2 years, working hard. I just feel proud of myself right now. Maybe I could put like one here and one here, just be like, boom. Actually, I'm joking, because this stays at my mom's house. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate y'all, man. Thank you. What's the CEO's name again? Neil. Shout out to Neil. Shout out to Rick, who inspected it and packed this. This is going to go up here. Thank y'all. 100,000. I'll see y'all at 1 million. Peace. All right. That is it for the show. That's it for a Monday show. Thank you so much again for the 100,000 subscribers, everybody who liked, comments, and subscribes. Before I let you go, I just want to remind you guys of all the ways to stay up with the Trent Out Loud podcast. If you're used to watching the show on YouTube, shout out to YouTube, or podcast platforms, please try to check me out on cfqr600.com from 11 to 12. Monday through Friday. We do play the Trent Out Loud podcast, but we mix in 90s and 2000s hip hop and R&B. It's a great hour. It's a great way to get your entertainment and viral news while listening to your favorite hits from the 90s and 2000s. Vice versa, if you're used to listening to this show on CFQR and you can't always catch the show between 11 to 12, we get it. You're busy. You got things to do. Don't worry. We have 3 ways for you to keep up with the show. First, on CFQR600.com's website, you could go to listen live. And then when you go, there is a tab that says listen again. You click that. It will show you all of the Trend Out Loud podcasts. So listen to number 1 from number 367. I think this one is. So there's that. There's, of course, YouTube and, of course, podcast platforms, any podcast platform. Just go to any site. Type in Trend Out Loud. The show will pop up. Don't forget to hit the follow and subscribe button so that you can be notified every time we upload a new show, and we do upload daily. Lastly, if you're like me, sorry, not lastly, I have a little more. If you're like me and you like to watch your podcast with video, yes, there's YouTube, but now Spotify supports video, so you can check us out there. You can follow me on any social platform. It's always at Trend Out Loud. Don't forget to follow the media company, Exo City Media, on Instagram. Now I'm at lastly. Anybody who is listening to this on CFQR600.com, do not touch that dial because my homeboy Don Smooth is coming up next, and he's always dropping the hits. I will see y'all tomorrow for Tuesday's show. Have a great day. I hope this was able to help you get through your Monday, man. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trend Out Loud. Peace.